Hey friends, I'm Nate, and I'm the guy who engineered Ted's last 3 records, including Shadowlands, and mixed them. And so I wanted to take a couple minutes here to respond to some questions that Donna asked me to share with you guys. And so I'm out here in my orchard, which isn't quite the same as the orchard, but anyways, I'm out here. It's a beautiful fall day. It's amazing. And anyways, so what difficulties did I have to overcome to do this project? This is kind of an embarrassing thing, but one of the things that happened on this project for me personally that was really challenging was that I made a mistake while we were recording. I was trying to kind of create this situation where the band was all together and playing off of each other, and while working at that, I ended up in a situation where poor Sarah's marimba ended up in the room too close to Doug, which I'm sure those of you who have been near any kind of percussion can understand that would possibly be a problem, and it was, and basically ended up having to redo all of the marimba parts. Now the blessing of that is that the marimba parts ended up being giving Sarah a little more time to work on them, and kind of after hearing them, being able to reflect on that and being able to upgrade. So on the whole, I think it ended up actually working out for the better for everybody involved in the record. But it was a little embarrassing to have to go back to the crew especially after having already made 2 records that worked out just fine, and go, hey, I made a big mistake on this one. So that was probably the biggest hurdle to overcome for this record personally. You know, nobody likes to admit that they've made a mistake like that, and you know, it wasn't awesome, but it came out well in the end, so it's all good. Probably the most rewarding thing for me ever in any process like this is when somebody like an artist like Ted and Doug and Sarah trust me multiple times to step up to the plate and help them get a project across the finish line. That's really, I don't want to overplay this, but that's a serious honor. I think the recording process can be incredibly difficult and challenging, and sometimes you can be really good at what you're doing and still not be maybe the best person to work with. Does that make sense? And so to be a person who was good to work with, but also delivered on the technical aspects of it, all of those pieces coming together, it just means a lot to me that I was trusted 3 times in a row to work on a record. And it's been an amazing experience to work with the band as they've grown from just Ted with Doug and Sarah kind of coming in and enhancing what he was doing on the first record we did together, and then to see the band turn into an ensemble that was working more together, and then see all the growth musically that happened through that. My personal favorite moment during the recording process was it's kind of funny. I think there's video footage of it somewhere. I'll have to see if I can find it. I have these giant subwoofers under my mixing station in the studio, and there was this time when we were recording Shadowlands, and we got the bass tracks in from Toby for the first time, and cranked them up, and the bass was insane. It was rattling, it was thunderous, and there was a little toy car that I keep up on under the computer monitor in my studio, and the bass was so loud that it literally like fell off in the middle of playing back, and it was just hilarious to watch it bounce around. And that seems kind of like a goofy thing, but honestly, everybody in the room was just laughing. It was a euphoric moment to hear the song come together and to hear all this amazing sound, and also just the silly thrill of watching a toy bounce off because the sound was so loud. Whatever. Anyways, that was fun. That was the funny one of the out of many. That was the one that stands out above all the rest. So, anyways, thank you for listening to me blather on about this, and I'm just really sincerely encouraged and honored to have been a part of this project again. And Ted, this is a really good one, man. And I'm proud to have been a part of it because I think this is a really great record. I honestly just feel lucky that I got to be a part of it. So thank you. See you guys around.